battle a distance. From the outside, it is the southpaw controlling things. If you see Donaire...
Normally fighters with them. Come on, man. Roxy, how you doing? Saludos. Good shot landed by Dinon with that right.
Tila maraming natutunan ang boxer na si Arnold Dinong sa mag-amang Donaire. Ang world champion na si Nonito, binigyan pa si Dinong ng ilang mga teknik sa mga suntok na maaaring magamit sa laban. Naging maganda ang simula ni Dinong sa professional boxing at sa kartadang 7-0 sa featherweight. Nakasa siya sa mabigat na kalaban na sumubok sa kanyang husay kay Kachuma Akitsugi.
I think it may have been in Salinas that Dinong seemed to fade in the second half of the fight. I think anytime you face a Japanese fighter, you better be in great physical condition.
Yeah, and he's changed it up full time. Now living in Northern California. Mentioned it with training with Bruno Escalante, Aloha Time Boxing. That's also, I forget his name, that good cut man that we know. He was working a lot of top rank shows. White guy with the glasses. Swole.
Oh, Mike Basil.
There you go.
Mike, that's why I get paid the big bucks. Stuff like that.
And shout out to Mike Basil, does a great job, and that he's in that gym also. So that's part of the thing that Dinong has done, is made the commitment from the island to Northern California full time out here. El Cuete, the southpaw Akitsuki, was recently in camp with Joseph Diaz Jr., helping Jojo get ready for his last fight.
That's great work. Akitsuki was a pleasant surprise when we saw him for the first time. I believe it was last September.
Yep.
He only had 3 professional fights, no amateur background really to speak of, and I was expecting a really raw product, and his technique was far more advanced than, you know, somebody who is a latecomer to the professional ranks and only had 3 bouts under his belt. So this is an interesting matchup. I think Dinong has the edge and pro experience and amateur background. He's probably the better athlete, and you know, he's the mobile boxer. And Akitsuki is an aggressive technician.
Philip Monk checking in, Danilin Lanuza checking in, Roland Ade checking in, Jessica Trujillo, everybody on Team Dinong checking in from the 808. Thanks again to Fight Hub TV, Fino Boxing, Noti Fight, Supreme Boxing, True Boxing Heads. Everybody helping make 3-2-1 boxing here for you on a Sunday night. Normally, fighters with these records, being brought this way, Steve, wouldn't be fighting each other this soon.
I find this interesting. Dinong is 7-0, and there's not a lot of managers in their 8 fights who want to fight any lanky, tall southpaw. I mean, Akitsuki brings some real dimensions. He's tall, lanky, and he seems to be very aggressive, and he's in and out with his movements. This is a tough style to figure out and decipher early on for Dinong.
This was scheduled for 6 rounds. Our co-main here on 3-2 Unboxing this Sunday afternoon from Omega Products International in Corona, California. Fighting at 124 for this fight. Both fighters would be at 22, but for this one they'll need a the editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine. And the magazine just had a beautiful edition, Doug.
Oh yeah, our special edition celebrating the 50th anniversary of Frazier Ali 1.
With Sloan art?
Yes,
oh.
That cover is it's definitely a collector's item.
And how could you order it if you just want to get that?
If you just want to buy it, you can buy it from the Ring shop. Go to ringtv.com and go to the eShop, and you can purchase it.
It was a great cover. Love Richard.
Do it now because they're going fast.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, the allotment that we've put to the eShop is going to sell out.
El Paso, Texas, check it in right now. Web box. This was scheduled for 6. Back and forth action. El Cuete is the southpaw. Katsumi Akitsuki left Wakayama, Japan. Said he had to come to the United States. Has a manager who's helping him out. He lives in Whittier, California. Eddie's boxing gym in Lincoln Heights. So during the pandemic, for his last fight, he was training in his trainer's backyard.
Right.
Now there's an actual gym. Things are back to normal as best as they can be for them.
Well, that's a good thing. He needs to be sharp for this fight, and he's looking sharp, although I gave Dinong the edge in the opening round. I thought he stuck and moved really well, and in this round, Dinong is planting his feet a little bit more. He's being a little more aggressive, which is not an easy thing to do against Akatsugi because Akatsugi is he's clever. He's not easy to catch clean, and he's always in position to punch back.
Each fighter with only 1 KO, so I can see this one going the distance back and forth. Dinong in the green.
And we could have some really close rounds.
Max DeLuca, Daniel Sandoval, Rudy Barragan are your judges. Ray Corona, third man in the ring. A minute to go in the second. Good action.
It's good back and forth. As Doug mentioned, a lot of close rounds. Honestly, I gave round number 1 to Akatsugi.
And I could see that.
And right now, this is a battle of distance. From the outside, it is a southpaw controlling things. You can see Dinong trying to make more of a concerted effort to close ground, and I think Akatsugi landed a real good uppercut right down the middle. That certainly got the attention of Dinong.
And he followed it with a strong left. Alex Salcedo in El Paso, Texas. So El Paso coming strong. El Paso, where Oscar De Loya once fought at the Sun Bowl.
Patrick Charpentier, summer of 1998, drew 48,000. That was the star power.
48,000 for that?
That was the star power of the Golden Boy at that point.
Is that when he walked in with like the brown outfit and sombrero, and every woman was going crazy? Sun Bowl, Larry Smith would love that.
So did Todd Marinovich.
Yeah. Seemed like
Everyone speaks in the gym.
Okay, elaborate on that, Steve. What is it?
Well, language of boxing, a lot of trainers will tell you that, look, certain terms like left hook, right hand jab, duck, slip, fighters can actually understand that.
That's universal.
And then a lot of times you gesture, you show a fighter to do something, and there's a lot of times that it's the unspoken word. If you really have a great chemistry between a fighter and a trainer, they could actually learn each other's language as they go along.
And you know what? Training should be hands-on, especially at the beginning, especially during a fighter's foundation.
Randy Vasquez watching us in Ogden, Utah, home of the Raptors. Angels minor league team. No, yeah, Dodgers minor league team, Ogden Raptors.
Akatsugi is showing us that he is a really good counterpuncher.
Real sharp right down the middle, Doug, with that left hand. I think Dinong needs to make this a phone booth battle, if you remember those things. Because from the outside, if you just look at the dimensions and the reach, Akatsugi has a real good advantage. He's really, really quick off that trigger right down the middle.
I think Dinong can be on the outside, but he needs to move. He can't be on the outside and stand right in front of Akatsugi.
Dinong with Bruno Escalante in his corner. I like the progression of both of these fighters. 7-0 Dinong, 4-0 Akatsugi. They don't look like they're guys that have had less than 10 fights. I like this. They're moving around nicely. And there's that phone booth you're talking about, right, Steve?
Well, I think if you're going to make this chest to chest, this is where Dinong probably is going to be a little bit more effective than purely from the outside. See, again, right there, he ran into something, that quick 1-2, although he lands a good right hand inside. But again, that's when he closes the gap.
I think Dinong has the quicker hands, especially in combination. Akatsugi has just the better timing. Maybe the better accuracy as well.
And I asked Akatsugi, what did you learn about sparring with Joseph Diaz Jr., who at the time was the IBF champion? He said, I learned that guys like him, towards the end of rounds, they keep their stamina going. They keep it going. Like I was fading at the end of rounds. I couldn't do that because JoJo was teaching me that it was going to hurt if you let off at the end of the round. The first day he showed up, they said, okay, you're going to do 4. He ended up doing 8 and got the call the next day. We like your work. Why don't you come back again? And how many times have guys gone to spar, then all of a sudden the next day they forget their mouthpiece? You see that a lot of wild card, right?
No, we do. I mean, look, it's a rite of passage for any young fighter at this level to face a world-class practitioner. And by the way, Joseph Diaz last week...
Fighters where you got to get tested.
No, you do. There has to be a little bit of a situation where you have to run into at least a little bit of professional resistance. I thought last night 2 really high-end prospects on the top-ranked banner, Elvis Rodriguez and Xander Zayas, I thought they got some real quality work over 6 and 8 rounds. Those type of experiences and getting drilled to the canvas, getting up and winning are so much more valuable than these early highlight reel knockouts. Oh, good right hand by Dinong.
Yeah, Dinong's putting on the pressure, lands an overhand right. This time he's backing up the Japanese fighter who's against the ropes for the first time in this fight.
Beto, I think there seems to be a real sense of urgency for Dinong. My scorecard means nothing, but halfway through I have it 29-28 Akatsugi.
And Doug, a completely different approach from Dinong in this round.
Yes, and the aggression is working for him. He's crowding Akatsuki. Akatsuki's punches are
Push down.
Yeah, that was a trip. Akatsuki's punches are probably more effective or have more leverage from mid-range and long range.
And this is what Steve Kim was asking for the last couple rounds for the Hawaiian. Get close, chest to chest. Don't give him room to breathe.
Hey, Steve was right.
Yeah, well, the thing was, with Akatsuki, and Doug, you mentioned it, with those long arms, it takes a little bit of time to unfurl them. So you need a little breathing space, you need a little airspace. If Donaire can just find that sweet spot right in the mid-range, he's going to generally beat Katsusugi to the punch.
Hawaiian Pitbull is the nickname for Arnold Dinong. Coming out like 1 in the 4th.
And I think he really needed to. I had it after 3 rounds, 28-27. So I scored the first round for Dinong, but rounds 2 and 3 for Akatsuki.
Oh, good counter left hand. And you see what's going on there. Akatsuki is just getting on his back foot, rocking back, and running Dinong into straight lefts. Real crafty move there.
Dinong may have been momentarily stunned by that left.
Crafty move. You don't normally hear that from a guy who's 4-0. Good action between the youngsters, Arnold Dinong in the green, Katsuma Akatsuki in the red and white. Both of them undefeated. 4th round scheduled for 6.
And this is a tough one to score. I thought the first minute was pretty much dominated by Dinong, but from that point on, Katsusuki again landing a slapping left hand, kind of stabilized the action and starting to corral Dinong from the mid-range and outside.
Ray Corona telling them instructions in this referee. Final seconds of a very, very tight 4th round. So the action picks up in Corona, California. Much as I can, man. Much as I can. And also the creator of the Liver Shivers. So if you guys want to see somebody's liver get shivered, go to his Twitter account. He's got them up there for you. Somebody checking in on this Sunday night.
Stop! Take a step back all the way. Now get out in the middle.
Veteran referee Ray Corona. Mina Dinong checking in. Carlos Ponce, hey, Compton Boxing, how you doing? Saludos. Good shot landed by Dinong with that right. Worked off the ropes nicely, did El Cuete Akatsuki.
He has got nice moves for a 4-0 fighter. A 4-0 4-round fighter. Really,
Yeah.
up until now, a 4-round fighter. And he's got little moves like that.
His first 6 rounds scheduled. The first time he went more than 4 rounds is when he sparred with Jojo Diaz 8.
Well, he's a student of boxing, and he's been getting a crash course. I think he's much better, much more effective against Dinong when he's in the center of the ring.
Yeah, he is, and he does a nice job of feinting, getting on his back foot, and then counter-punching Dinong as he comes. Dinong needs to change the pace. His head's coming out a little bit in front of his lead foot. That's going to leave you very, very vulnerable to getting hit by a counter shot.
If you're watching this for the first time, Thompson Boxing is a club show, and they match you tough because they have to. They got to figure out what you have. It makes no sense for them to have a fighter who's 7-0 against a guy who's 0-5. What are you going to learn from that?
Yeah, no, keep this in mind. One of their best fighters that they've ever produced is Danny Roman. Ended up being a unified 122-pound champion. Had a very good run. He actually lost very early on in this series and had a draw.
And they released him.
Yeah. So they're not into making a 30-0 record. They're not trying to make you lip sync here. They want to see if you could sing a little bit.
Michael Mendiola, you're right. Main event. Nate Weston used to be sparring with Jaime Munguia. We'll get into that story later on. That's our main event next. Breward and Weston, but right now Arnold Dinong and Katsumi Akatsuki in a good scrap. A tough one to score. It is back and forth action since the opening bell. 30 seconds to go in the 5th. That voice you hear in the corner is Eddie, the trainer for Akatsuki. Final seconds of the 5th. As we're going to head to the 6th in a tight one. Back and forth. Is coming up next. Philip Monk says he has Arnold up by 1. Okay. And the thing is, you can see it different ways.
There's at least 2-3 rounds I think were very, very tight. Could have gone either way.
Both fighters undefeated. The 6th and final round. Neither fighter has been tested this much in their young careers. So it's uncharted territory for both of them, which is great experience moving forward in their career. This is one of the fights that whoever loses, it doesn't affect you.
No, it really doesn't. I think both of them have gotten a lot out of this. Great seasoning. They've gotten toughened up, and they realize what it takes to be in a real fight.
And that's something these young fighters and sometimes managers avoid at times.
No, they do. Look, Edgar Berlanga, me and Doug were talking about him earlier. As high as I am on him, I think he's a very marketable fighter. The reality is, as of right now, he's never been past the 2nd round. We don't know exactly what he is, even this late into his career.
He's what, 18-0, 18 KOs?
Literally has never seen the 2nd round.
Great for Instagram highlights. But that was the same thing with Ryan Garcia. He was knocking people out until you get tested.
Or you could be Tyrone Brunson, who I think is 26-0, ended up, I don't want to say fraudulent, but there was a mirage that was created around him.
Alex Ribeiro, okay. His profile pic isn't him flipping you off. It's Bob Arum flipping you off.
The Bob father.
He said this fight isn't hard to score. El Cuete is ahead. Adan Ochoa, I beat both fighters on my worst day. Adan, well, you're more experienced than them, bro. Like, how many fights do you have compared to them? Come on, man.
Tell you what, I like the effort from both junior featherweights in this 6th and final round.
7-0, 4-0. And credit to both of them even taking the fight. If you're going to come in 3-2-1 boxing, you better be ready to scrap. That's what you're getting.
Judge Sandoval scores the bout 58-56 in favor of Dinong. Judge DeLuca 58-56 in favor of Akitsugi. And Judge Barragan scores the bout 59-55 in favor of the winner by way of split decision. El Cuete Japonesito Katsuma Akitsugi.
Katsuma Akitsugi.
So yan po ang gusto kong i-share sa inyo ngayong araw sa mga kaibigan at kababayan natin dyan sa Pinas, mga boxing fans at sa mga tulad kong OFW saan man panig sa mundo. Kumusta po kayong lahat dyan? Kung nagustuhan niyo po itong aking video, paki-like at kung pwede, mag-subscribe na din po kayo. At para updated kayo sa aking mga video, pwede nyo i-click ang notification bell. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood. Shout out kay Mr. Minandro Domingo ng KSA, kay Mr. Brando Makatangay ng KSA, kay Mr. Ricardo Bernaldo Jr., GI pa din ng Bahamas, kay Mr. Narciso Dupla, kay Miss Madam B at Bill Mahamfreyes, kay Mr. Dong Tangloy Malyari, Jen Merdan Garcia ng Macau, Nerio Morcia, Billy Jubildad, Jan Maravillas at kay Mr. Edgar Balili. Maraming salamat po sa pagsuporta nyo sa aking channel.
He still does that.
No need to Donaire. Working well.
Struggling to get to his feet in terrible shape. It's all over. It's all over.
They talk about approval and sanctioning requirements. It talks about the new commission not sanctioning a fight in which a fighter has suffered 10 consecutive defeats in professional boxing. So if this goes out there right now, and Carlos is still falling around. Oh, good body shot. Yeah, body shot puts Gonzalez down. He's hurting.
Все! Ау!
the Filipina to the ocean. Arenas, Joe's been in a lot of close, tough fights. 4 draws and 5 split or majority decisions. Unlike Davis, he's fire tested, ready for battle.
Oh, he backs him up into the corner.